Hey everybody, today I'm going to be transplanting a couple of these black tie bananas right here. The parent plant has two of the daughter plants, or the suckers, whatever you like to call them, pups. One in the back here and one in the front up here. They're about 2.5 going on 3 feet tall, which is about where I like to transplant those. A couple of things that you're going to need. Some nice work gloves are always helpful. I like the root slayer shovel just because it has the nice little chisel point and the serrated edges to really cut down and get in there nice and easily. And the other thing you're probably going to want is a shovel to dig a hole when transplanting to the next spot. And it's fairly simple, so let me bring you in close and show you how it works. So since I have a couple of these here, I'm going to go ahead and show you on this one really easy one. The original parent plant that's already somewhat dead and gone was located right here where this little mess of stuff is. You can still kind of see the where the trunk was, or the large pseudostem. Almost look like it's trying to come back, but right there is where the original parent was. And what we want to do is have our shovel completely vertical and then move it just slightly towards the pup plant, so it's angling away from the main corm in the ground right here. And just go ahead and stab straight through it. Give it a little lift. And I like to kind of pull it away from the edge here. And let me bring you in here real close so you can see what this looks like. Okay, so as you can see right here, or hopefully you can see right here, there's just a little bit of the original white corm right down here where I'm touching. Hopefully you can see that. I'm not sure how the color is going to show up on the screen. But just that one little bit is all it is that's connecting it. There you go. Now you can see it for sure. So that's where we just kind of chopped it right off of the main root ball down there. And now we're going to go ahead and lift it up and out as carefully as possible, trying to preserve as many of the roots as we can. Since I know that I'm going to be burying this whole area in the next month or so with some arborist wood chips, I just want to kind of come over about in line with this first one and kind of be nice and evenly spaced between the lemongrass we have over here. And we're just going to go right about here, let's say. Dig a nice little hole up. As you can see, I got a bunch of leaf litter right here. And there's a sandy clay soil, mostly sandy, that we have here on the South Carolina coast. But the way that I keep my soil nice and black as much as possible is just to simply keep it covered. Leaves or wood chips, whatever you can find, whatever you can easily get a hold of, just keep it covered. And that's probably going to be deep enough. That's over a shovel head deep. Now, the special ingredient. All right, I like to use this jungle growth here from Lowe's. It works really well for like pretty much everything that I'm ever planting. Doesn't matter what it is. Indoor plants, outdoor plants, garden stuff, bananas, whatever it is. I fill my pot with this and I've had no problems whatsoever. So what I'm going to do is just kind of fill up this hole right here. And I like to overfill because why not? And then once I have it here, go ahead and spread it out and give myself enough room to plant my banana in. That should be good. There are some people that say that when you chop these off, you need to let them air dry for a while. I just don't. It's not that I don't care, it's just that I don't care. Because once you plant it up like this, it's got plenty of moisture, plenty of roots, I may take this down to 2 or 3 leaves and then knock about half the leaf back right here just to conserve the leaf space so it's not, you know, getting dehydrated too much. But for the most part, one like this, yeah, I'll take off the bottom 2 leaves, leave the top 3. It should be fine. So this next one's going to be a little bit more challenging to film, but as you can see, it's a bit more close to the parent plant. Let me see if I can get some of these out of the way. Yeah, right here you can see you've got the original parent plant, the first pup, if you will call it that, and then the 2nd generation or 3rd generation right here. And we're going to do it the same way as we did the other one. Hang on, let me get a machete or something on this thing. I couldn't find a proper machete, but I did find a kukri. So hopefully it's decently sharp. Oh yeah, that's good sharp. I love these elephant ears, and there's a lot of people that'll tell you, you know, you got to go to Lowe's or Home Depot to get these, you know, nice and big ones. I got these at Harris Teeter. I know it sounds weird. Taro root. You find it with your gingers and garlics and all the rest of it. And I'm not sure if you can see, but this thing is plenty tall. It is definitely taller than me. I'd say borderline around, tops of leaves hitting around 8 feet tall. So it's a good and tall one. It came from Harris Teeter. So for this one, I'm just gonna stand right here. Again, place the shovel right in between the parent and daughter plant. Angle it back just a bit so that it's going basically away from the parent plant and towards the pup, and just stomp her on down. Give it a little lean back. That way we know we've got it all separated, and then push it forward. Nice thing about this saw is if you need to, or this shovel, is that it has those little saw blades on the sides, which are awesome. Just kind of up and down and chop anything that might need it. And let's see what it takes to get back up in here. Hopefully the mud daubers leave me alone. Yeah, I've got a nice big home in here somewhere. All right, we're just gonna set it in there, lift it up, and give it a nice little jiggle. And see what we got here. And not as many roots as the first one, but definitely got some good roots on there. And that's more than enough of a base to get it going for next year. So again, same as before, I'm just going to kind of line up my rows, come from the other one here, just line it up with the other one, get them a good, oh, they're at least 6-8 feet apart. And I hear something buzzing like crazy, like it is mad. I'm a little scared that it's under my foot. I'm not sure where it is. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and dig, and when I lift my foot, I really hope a very angry wasp doesn't come flying up at me. Okay, well, I don't know where he is. He's, actually it sounds like he's over by the camera a little bit more. All right, we're gonna leave that guy alone though. He's having some personal problems today. It's kind of eerie though. I can't tell where that thing's coming from. I can hear him though. He is buzzing like he is ticked. Well, let's just do what we gotta do and get out of here. All right. Again, same as before, dig our hole. There's some nice dirt right there, isn't it? All right, I found myself another part of a bag's in the garage. We'll go ahead and dump this on top of there too. Just to make sure we got plenty of fresh topsoil. And just like the other one, just kind of spread it out a bit. Dig a little hole to plant the new banana in. That should be good. And I'm not really even sure how deep to make these. I just go by, this right here is how deeply it was planted before. So as long as I get it pretty close to that, it should be good. I usually give mine a nice little twist just to get the roots to kind of wrap around the hole just a little bit and not be poking straight up towards the sky. And just push all this in. Pat it down, get rid of some of this Bermuda grass. That's all there is to it. Let's go on to the next one. So for this next one, this is a manzano or an apple banana, depending on where you come from. The pup is right here. These are just some of the leaves that I cut off the parent plant from before. Whenever I cut them, if I stick them in between a couple of the live plants, just kind of helps break it down right there where they're sitting, and it keeps them from blowing all over the yard. So let's go ahead and chop this one out. And same as before, grab the awesome root slayer shovel, set it right here. Oh, wow. Now, in this case, hopefully you can see this all right. The parent and daughter plant are really close to each other. Like, there is almost no seeing where one stops and the other one starts. And the parent plant even has roots starting to grow up towards the daughter plant. So we're gonna go ahead and set it in there just same as before. Find that middle spot, angle it just a little bit towards so that we're chopping down towards the daughter plant here, and just give it a good stomp. Ooh. Wow, that one is thick. All right, as soon as you get that root slayer all the way down, give it a nice little push and pull. And you can see that it was very well rooted in there, very much sharing the same space as the mother plant. So we'll come out here about 10 inches, maybe a foot, sink it in at an angle, give it a little lift up out of there, and shake it. Timber. I love the smell of that banana when it gets cut. Now let's see how many of these roots we can save. Because that is a lot of good roots. That'll keep it growing nice and strong. Whew. Yeah, that one definitely sent some roots off to the side, but just how I was saying before, get some of these weeds out of here. A lot of the roots get sent off to the sides at an angle. There's not a whole lot of roots that it pushes from the plant straight out. It usually goes out to the sides. Not sure why, but that's what I found. So let's go ahead and dig another hole, say right here, and get it planted in. That is a ton of roots. That's gonna be a very quick to rebound plant right there. And this hole I'm gonna dig just a bit wider just because of all those roots that it has. And this is a nice little Bermuda patch right here. Lots of Bermuda grass. Looks like we also found some of the roots from the bushes that used to be here. There used to be some bushes that were over here, and keep finding these nice big roots. I think they were, what do you call them, wax myrtle bushes? Yeah, they were wax myrtle bushes. This is going to be more like a double hole. Oh man, I looked down too much. It's supposed to be 90 degrees today and I am sweating. My hat is not helping a whole lot at containing that sweat. Just got sweat in my eyes. Yep, there's another bush root. All right, let's get the sweat out of my eyes and fill in our hole. Probably just put a whole bag of jungle growth right there. Okay, for this one, I'm gonna do this slightly different since this is such a bigger hole and a much bigger root system. I'm gonna put just a little bit of the jungle growth down in the hole first, just a little bit. And then I'm gonna put the plant in on top, and then I'm gonna bury it even more. And that should be enough to begin with. Just kind of spread that around. Because this guy right here has some massive roots. We want to make sure that this guy continues to grow nice and healthy. So we're going to wrap these roots around just a little bit. I want to make sure that, oh, another bush root. There we go, I'll hold it down. I want to make sure that these roots can still continue to get around. I mean, look at the size of that thing. That thing just hangs out the hole. There we go, that'll be good. Oh, if it'll stand up. Be good if it stands up. Yeah, we'll go ahead and put some more dirt in and maneuver it around a bit. All right, to begin with, that'll help hold it down. Now we can kind of center it up in the hole a little bit. Scoot some of this dirt back. Give it a nice little pat down there to begin with. And then go ahead and fill her up. And just give it the whole bag. May as well. Want this thing to grow like it's in the jungle. All right, now let's water these guys in. And when it comes to watering, I'm not sure that a banana initially can get too much water. You always want to make sure you water in the mother plant also with some of the backfill from your original hole. Sometimes I'll put jungle growth in with the mother plant just to give it that extra little boost of soil nutrition right there. But in this case, I'm just not going to do that. Initially, yeah, it is very hard to overwater a banana, but you want to make sure you've got some good, well-draining soil because you want to keep the roots well watered but you don't want them to be soaking wet all the time because they will root rot really fast. And for the most part, this jungle growth, as you can see there, it drains off pretty quickly. All right, let's hit up the other ones. And that's really all there is to it. If anybody in the Summerville, South Carolina area needs some blue Java bananas, it's here. Let me get that radio turned down. If anybody in the Summerville area needs some blue Java bananas, at this point I am composting. Oh great, this one's trying to grow back again. I am composting my blue Java bananas. So if anybody'd like to, give a donation for these things, I'm not even gonna charge for them really. I've got 4 parents over here and I've got 6 parents over there. And there's many daughter plants here for these blue Javas. So if anybody's looking for some blue Java or those ice cream bananas, just let me know. And yes, over here on the other side of the yard, this plant, these 2 plants specifically. Hello, Mr. Dragonfly. There's, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just on this one. There's a couple more back there, a few more back over there. So yeah, if anybody needs some blue Javas, those ice cream bananas, just drop in the comments.